What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You see the thumbnail, subscribe or die trying when it's time to have the talk. This is for young black boys, black teenagers, young black men who may never have had or heard the talk, which I doubt many of us haven't had. But if you haven't had it from a male perspective, this is it. So if you're a young boy, before the ages of 16, before you can drive a car, understand that people will pick on you because you're black. Because if you get in a fight with them, you're gonna get blamed. Okay. People will look at you as a target. You know, you might be somewhere playing, and somebody might use that as an opportunity to look at you as a threat. You know, i.e. Tamir Rice. You know, you might be playing basketball, football, whatever. You might just be walking somewhere, riding a bike, going home, going to a Walmart or just like a video game place, just doing stuff that kids do. And you might get stopped and questioned by the police. You might have cars, stop and grown adult men try to pick a fight with you. You're a kid. You're not going to understand that. You might want to go play basketball at a friend's house in a neighborhood that's not predominantly black, and somebody might get a bug up the ear and say you're trying to rob the house, and you're not going to know what's going on. This is the issue. You might go to school, and your teachers, all of a sudden might have this disdain towards you, and you don't understand why. Basically, you're black, and you're a target for them to pick on. So now we got to get to the point of when it's time to drive a car. You want to be young and fun and have a car and have fun and be able to, you finally got your freedom. You're going to get pulled over if you do the things that the non-black kids do, okay? If you're in a nice car, your parents' a nice car, you could get pulled over for just being in the car, for driving it, because you shouldn't be driving something that nice. You can get pulled over because there's too many black boys in the car, okay? It's not going to, it's not really going to be a reason. So don't give people reasons to pull you over. Do not go around here looking for, they're not going to do nothing to me. That's a lie. They are going to do something to you. When people see you that age, you know the be respectful, hands on the steering wheel, like 10 and 2, let everybody see your hands. If you pull out your phone early before, the cop gets to the car. Have it filming while you're talking. Don't start reaching for phones and I'm gonna film this. Don't get all social justice warrior, because that's gonna either get you in the fight, get arrested, or get shot, because people are looking for a reason to do it. The same thing applies to you with these teachers in these high schools. That same thing that I said in grade school, picking on you, happens. So if you're a smart student, it's a reason why the brothers in the class stop raising their hands after a certain age, because they get tired of the teachers ignoring them, talking crazy to them, or trying to pick on them when they're smart. Not when they're stupid, they ignore you. Okay. The other thing, your coach is on your teams. If your coach likes you, he's gonna push you. Push you in a way of, he's gonna push you off for other colleges to know and recruit. If your coach doesn't like you, he's gonna push people away from you. And this doesn't just go for quote unquote bad kids. This goes for the good kids too. So the part of the talk is understand that if you're a good kid, you're probably going to be worse off than a bad kid from outside of your race and inside of your race, because people inside your race is like, yo, he's going to be all right because this kid is always doing the responsible thing. So they're going to really ignore you and leapfrog people over you, because they're scared that these people will go down into spiraling out of control downwardly. The people who are non-black, they're going to look at you the opposite and may not want you to get ahead because you're a little too smart. I don't want somebody like this. You might be the uppity Negro. So that's that part of it. Young men, college age. You can't do what your non-black college friends do. Your non-black college friends could go out and get drunk and be wasted and go out and smoke, and do drugs and throw these drug parties and get wasted and nothing ever happened to them. Really. Something's gonna happen to you if you try to do that, okay? That's what it is. All right? And you're gonna learn this, when white people congregate together, it's a party. When black people congregate together, they call them the cops. Okay? Especially now in college when you're away from your family. And I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna get into all of this in a minute. You're into the adult world without any quote unquote family in the area, depending on what college you're at, or if you're just a young man in society. It's a different world. So the things that you can do, now the same thing you would get from the childhood neighbors or the neighbor or the community when you're in high school, you're gonna get that from actual neighbors. People who have these ideologies that are gonna push them onto you and they're gonna cause you problems. And you gotta keep your cool, because half of the time that something goes on and somebody interferes with you, you might not even know where it's coming from. Okay? It might be coming from that person, or it might be a person somebody called to come mess with you. You have no idea. So, as a grown man, you learn to protect yourself in the best way possible. If you're able to arm yourself, practice Second Amendment, buy guns, carry guns, but carry them legally, as far as handgun license. And what I mean by that is conduct yourself in a scenario like everybody knows what's going on. Okay? You ain't got to tell every cop what's going on. Because if you got a gun and the cops got a gun, you got to understand something. How can I put this properly? Some cops are cool and they want to get your gun so they can break it and give it back to you and act like they was in fear for their life. Some cops might use you having a gun as a reason to try to shoot you. Like, as a black man, I don't know how many times I got a gun pulled on me at a traffic stop. I really don't. I don't even count. Okay, it's at the older I got, the more accustomed to it I got. So if you get pulled over for speeding, or for running a light, just get pulled over because you in the car that they like, hey, I see you, but you watch yourself, or you could get pulled over in a sense of you fit the description. Half the time you're gonna get a talking to, the other half the time you're gonna get a gun with the talking to. You're gonna get approached like you're a threat. Some of y'all understand. The cop get out of the car, and if you got tinted windows and you roll them down, and if they see you, they might keep walking up to the car. They might pull their gun out and walk up to the car. If they see you, they might walk on the passenger side of the car. In a sense. So with the gun on the holster, all that. But this also goes towards the when you're in society. These same rules apply when you're going to the grocery store, when you're going to the mall, when you're going to the movies, when you're going, like, anywhere you're going, understand that this is a possibility. Now, about protection part. When you're a kid, when you're a young boy, teenager, to either you're grown as 18 and up, like on your own, off to the military, or off trade school or college, your parents can protect you when they're around you. But if you're just going to the park to play, don't look at society as if it cares about your life and it's going to protect you. And they see a kid out here playing, and this is not an opportunity to mess with them. The other thing that goes with all of these groups, if you talk to non-black women, whether they be your friends or more than a friend, it can be a recipe for an insecure guy to do something to you, or their family member. So don't think, just because a young girl might like you and you might like a young girl, and you don't see it like, oh, we're just friends and she likes me and that's my girlfriend. Their parents might not look at it that way. Their family might not look at it that way. and they might threaten you. And the thing about it is, you can't shrug it off and don't tell your family, because that's how it goes. Because people ask you questions to see if your father or the males in your family are involved with your life, to see how far they can take it with you without repercussion. So maybe this is talk one. I don't know. But when you have to have the talk is normally when a kid is around 5th grade. Because some of y'all get bigger. Like when you grow and you get bigger, it's a whole different world, because you're going to go from being a cute little kid that everybody knows is a kid to you going to grow 5 inches and now you're a grown man that could be a murderer possibly. You know what I'm saying? And some of you kids that are big kids, y'all get that immediately. So having to have the talk, like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.